Hey, it's Drybear. The World of Warcraft Dragonflight Race to World First has a winner, and it is Echo. After grinding and grinding and grinding, you can see these guys and girls pushing everything to the limit. They are, I guess there's a pun in there. They have taken the first slot. They've been able to take down Mythic Raszageth today. So today we're going to talk about the comp that they used to do it, the kill. We'll have some footage of it, and we'll dive into a little bit of that process. So let's do it. If you have any questions or comments for me, you'll find me live every day on twitch.tv/Drybear. So behind me is footage of the actual kill. Disclaimer, this is not my content. I have linked above me the link to the actual Twitch page. It's twitch.tv/echo_esports for their official the org page. And of course, credit goes out to the people on the team that was there. We're not going to watch the whole VOD. And obviously the link will be down in the description if you want to go find the VOD. And I encourage you to go check out not only the org page, but the page for all the members that made this all possible. You'll see them streaming constantly and available. They've been grinding really hard. The log for this, the actual log for this, has not been released yet. In habit, the logs don't come out until there's been 10 kills. So we won't be able to see that, and maybe that'll be a separate video for me. But really what I wanted to talk about without going through the whole fight was just kind of the roster setup. Let's start with the thing that I'm most close to, which is the healers. Not surprising at all. We're going to see two, not one, but two preservation evokers in this comp setup. Their throughput is just undeniable. You cannot ignore how strong their throughput is, how widespread it is, how available it is, how much they can prep. They just have insane amounts of healing throughput. So they doubled up and they got two of them. So there you go. Preservation Evoker. You're looking for a raid healer. That is the one. Now, there is a Disc Priest in this comp. It is Xaylia, and Xaylia can play all of them, but Disc Priest is there. I think there's some really specific hardcore damage reduction mechs that you want in there, and possibly they were looking for a little bit more damage out of it. But I think having the two Provokers in the raid means that overall raid healing is in a good spot. And then you bring in a Holy Paladin because you've got to have at least one Holy Paladin in the raid. Not only do they have amazing throughput, they have probably the best spot healing in the game, which means that when anyone drops low, they can drop a really big word of glory or get some insane holy shot crits and pop that person back up on the backbone of having the Provokers lift everyone up all at once, and there's constant raid healing go out. You have the spot healer from the Holy Paladin, and then of course they have utility with their blessings and things like that. So very solid comp of 4. They ran 2 tanks, 4 healers, and 14 DPS. So there's the difference there. The 2 tanks they ran with, not surprising either, is 1 protection paladin or 1 protection warrior. I feel like you can't really have a comp without a protection warrior in it right now. They're too insane. And then the other is a blood DK. Incredible healing. It brings an AMZ, which is really nice. Self magic protection. They have a ton of self healing, whereas the warrior is going to have more absorb and more damage reduction and mitigation from that standpoint. But they're both exceptionally strong right now. The top 3 is probably Vengeance DH, DK, Blood DK, and then Prot Warrior. But Blood DK, of course, brings in the AMZ, which is really nice. Then on the damage side, let's look at their roster to see what they brought. As we watch them change platforms here, 2 rogues, not too surprising. Rogues even, I think even after the hotfix, which did go live for this kill, by the way. They did get a hotfix prior to the kill, and then they also had the balance changes on Tuesday that did go live. But still running with 2 rogues in their comp, just because the single target damage is incredible for them right now. And it really helps in phase 3 when you're just trying to burn down Raszageth. You just really need that extra damage. So they're running 2 assassination rogues. This is even after the nerfs that they received, the 3% damage reduction that they received on Tuesday. Still doesn't matter. 2 assassination rogues. They're also running 2 Havoc Demon Hunters. I think partly for these pulls right here, Havoc Demon Hunters will always, in my mind, forever be trash mob heroes. They are so good at focused cleave in AoE. If they have their cooldowns ready, they have I-beam ready, they have everything ready to go, they have transformation ready to go, and a big clump like this appears, they're gonna just erase it. They're so good at it. And having 2 of them just means you have high mobility. There's a lot of movement in this fight where you just get pushed around, you get thrown around, you have to change platforms several times. So having that ability to be highly mobile certainly helps out a good bit. Then running 1 Fury Warrior, Rev is doing that, and that is not that surprising either. Fury Warrior, incredibly strong. It also gives you another rallying cry on top of the tank. So Mears was running the Prot Warrior, but you also have Revi on the Fury Warrior. So that's 2 rallying cries, helps you with, there's a lot of really big, specifically on this platform too, crazy raid-wide healing checks where people take tons and tons of damage. So it's nice to have the extra rallying cry, and Fury Warriors are super strong. So you're thinking to yourself now, what do you have left, right? If you, as you're looking at these melee DPS, you have 2 DHs that are Havoc, you have 2 Rogues, you also have a Frost DK mixed in there as well. So you have mini DK. So a bunch of extra melee damage. What are you gonna really want with that? You're gonna want an Enhancement Shaman. The Wind Fury, super nice. Enhancement Shamans are also in a really good spot, doing tons of damage. You already have the support there. They also have some nice self-healing, which is cool. So you have that there. So they brought an Enhancement Shaman on top of that. And you don't see too much of it in the footage here, unfortunately, but Swag is bringing a Windwalker Monk. This will bring since you do have a lot of physical DPS on top of this, they do have a Rogers running a Hunter. They have that extra damage there. You want to have that Monk debuff that gives the 5% physical damage increase. Super nice. So they want to have that balance out. Windwalker Monks are also in an excellent spot right now. They have some good cleave, depending on the build that they run, and then they also have some really, really strong single target DPS. So there you go. Swag's bringing that one to the table. And that's their 8 melee damage setup with the Enhancement Shaman and the Windwalker Monk. Super strong. And then for the ranged options, you want to have at least 1 Warlock that gives you health stones, which is super nice. Everyone in this fight having health stones is a big, big boon, because it means that you know, they can stay alive. They can have that extra little consumable. And Warlocks aren't doing too bad right now, specifically in raid. They're absolutely dominating. Zero is running Demonology, so that's kind of been dominating the raids anyways. You get some nice damage, and then you get the extra benefits. You get the gateways to move around on the platforms. You get the lock rocks, so you can keep yourself healthy. Everyone has their ability to give themselves a nice little boost of health. So the Warlock, I think, is a no-brainer. You need to have at least 1 of them for this fight. Then you just need big boom boom, lots of damage. So they ran double Boomkin and double Arcane Mage. Gingy is running the Arcane Mage flex as well, so you have the extra single target with Arcane. Arcane is super strong right now. And then Balanced Druid, the Boomkins are in there, and it gives you a nice healthy balance of really good ranged DPS. You have you have the Mark of the Wild, which you didn't get from getting a Bear Tank or a Resto Druid. So you have the extra bit there. You have the Arcane Intellect, and they're just insane. You can see in the top 6 right now, both DHs, both Arcane Mages, and the Warlock are just dumping numbers. You're not going to see as much from the Boomkins, but they provide a lot of sustain and a lot of really good options and off healing and things like that, which can help keep things alive. You can see healing done even a little bit more coming out from that. Super cool. And then the last one is Roger on his Hunter, which he's running Marksman for this. And this is even after the changes that we saw on Tuesday too. So just crazy range DPS. If you're looking for the builds, you can find those online. I'll have a link to those down below, as well as the original VOD. I encourage you guys to go over and check it out. But congrats out to Echo and all the folks involved in the process in getting their Raszageth kill. Go watch it on Twitch and support the content creators and the gamers that made this happen. So huge pickup, very cool. Once we have a log for mythic clears of Raszageth, I might do a video covering some of the more specific details. But that does it for me today. If you have any questions or comments for me, you'll find me live on twitch.tv/Drybear. If you enjoyed yourself today, leave a like down below. You can support me and my work on Patreon and view Patreon exclusive content, link in the description. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.